Shalom, first and foremost, all praises, glory, honor goes to Yahweh. By Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakak, with that's double honors to the elder apostles, a great millstone that taught us this true citation on Yakin, pushing this word day in and day out. Just doing a lesson, man. I don't see, of course, brothers go into the topic, but I don't see brothers doing a whole lesson on this topic. So I was like, hey, through the spirit, I might as well, right? You got a lot of abandoned homes in America, man, in every city, no matter where you are. Even if you're in a good area, you know, you got people, or so-called good area, right? You got people that can't keep up with the maintenance in the house, or maybe the homeowner may have passed away, and they ain't have a will, or they don't have what they call it. He might have died intestate, didn't have any children, or his children might be dead, and he dead, or he in the spirit realm, he or she, however you want to put it. So you got a lot of unkept homes out here, a lot of foreclosed homes, a lot of abandoned homes, a lot of homes with squatters in it. It's all over America. I've been in these homes. I know how it works. Like, you got certain homes, they've been vacant so long, it's nothing but cobwebs, spider webs and shit. You got to go in there with a flashlight. You hear drips from all the leaks, you feel certain homes, you feel the actual spirits in there. You're like, oh shit, it's an eerie home and shit, man. You in there and shit. You hear stuff moving or stuff tumbling, falling over. I've been in houses like that. Because this is the end of America, man. You didn't see stuff like this to the extent it is today, in the glory days of Babylon from like the 50s to the 90s. You didn't see stuff like that. All the houses had inhabitants pretty much, all right? So, you got this Edomite house built in 1881. It was built by Jake, who was in hardcore slavery then, man. All right, our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man. All right. Even your houses, Esau, so-called white man, were built by blood, man. Bloodshed, man. All right. Everything you earn, built by Romans. This is a nice little update here, before and after. Yeah, and that's what people do. They'll buy these old ass homes for like pennies on the dollar. Like this, I saw a listing of this home for like $64K. They buy pennies on the dollar, tear it down, because something like this, you just got to tear it down. You don't know, there's mold in there, asbestos, lead paint, all that shit, man. Okay. You just tear it down and just build up new, It's easier to do it that way. You got certain people, Jake included too. They'll just go around looking for dilapidated homes like this, just so they could buy it, and they'll buy it cash and build a new home on it. They'll buy it cash, tear it down, build a new home, because it's cheaper doing it that route than going through an actual builder who's going to want to profit off of the builds, you know what I'm saying? The spec builds and all that shit. All right. So scriptures go into, how the Lord's going to destroy all these homes real soon, man. All right. Because that's the number one asset in Babylon is real estate. I believe they say even 90% of all millionaires did it through what? Real estate? Okay. So let me get some precepts. This is 2nd Ezra 16, and let me see what 71 says. Salakia. 2nd Ezra 16. It's a long chapter, bear with me. 70, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection. upon those that fear the Lord. So it's gonna be an uprising upon the men of the Lord. So be honest, man, we're gonna be as pilgrims first, man. We're gonna be casted out of our homes first, man. All right. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. So they're gonna be like madmen, raging through our whole neighborhoods for real. They ain't just gonna go to our house because they might, enemy may come in like a flood, while we're not home. That's a possibility, but they'll be in our neighborhoods and shit, or probably just posted there waiting for us to get home. That's what Esau like to do. He'll post and wait for you to get home so he can lock your ass up, man. Because he knows, like, look, eventually, this guy gotta come home, man. And then when he don't find us, he's gonna go through the neighbors' houses and shit, sir. Rummage through their shit, man. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. They're gonna be spoiling our goods, man. We got good Nike collection, good Adidas, it don't matter. Timberland, Jordan, LeBron collection. They're gonna run through your shit, man. Your wardrobe, all that. I'm like, damn, this guy got some good ass shit. He got some good ass taste, man. All right. And your woman, if you unfortunately live with your woman, man. Or you and your woman reside together. They're gonna take her shit too. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. So, real soon we gonna be as pilgrims, man. Because these houses don't belong to us anyway. Most brothers, rent. You got certain brothers that are homeowners, but most brothers rent. Even if you're a homeowner, you're paying that mortgage, you renting. For real, you just able to capitalize off of it, man. Because the lease own your home, the bankers own your home. But even if it's paid off, you still got to pay taxes on the land. So you're like a partial owner at that point. Okay. Because really the tax should be just like when you buy your car, you pay your tax one time. Really real estate tax or property tax. It should be that same way, you know what I mean? But now it's a bill. It's a bill you got to pay every year, man. That's why this devil got to be taken out. Zephaniah 1 and 13, therefore their goods shall become a booty and their houses a desolation. So their goods going to become a booty and their houses a desolation. All right. So when you think of booty, it's spoiled, man. Because when you conquer another nation, the first thing you spoil is their woman. You take their woman. The woman pretty much have to learn your customs and do things your way, man. Just like, our woman at this present state, our woman are booty to Esau, but, we at the end of that shit, all right? And their houses are desolation. So these houses are about to be destroyed, man. That very house I'm doing this video in, and the very house you watching, or the business or whatever you watching this video in, it's going to be destroyed, man. Ultimately by the missiles, but even when all hell break loose, a lot of these homes will become dilapidated, broken windows, and roof damage and shit. It's going to get crazy out here, man. They showed you that in the series The Last of Us, these zombie movies, or zombie series, Walking Dead, all that shit, man. America's going to become a shell of itself. It's going to become ruins. I remember as a kid, I used to play this game. It was called Ninja Turtles. And I remember one of the levels of the game was called Ruins, man. All right. And it showed you these cities, because Ninja Turtles, I believe, is based in New York City. So these cities were in ruins, man. All right. How? Because the properties are going to be fucked up out here, man. Bullet holes. Tanks. You want to have actual tanks riding through certain homes and shit, man. Just laying it flat. It's going to get crazy out here, man. And they shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof. Hey man, they're gonna be planting. They're gonna be planting these little grapevines and these little winemaker shits. You know, the wineries, all that shit's going out the window, man. All the goods is about to be ransacked real soon because there ain't gonna be no food on the shelves, man. So when there ain't no food on the shelves, what are people gonna resort to? They're gonna go house to house looking for food, man. Because these people, they don't know how to fast. They ain't got no patience. They ain't got no hope, no faith. They believe in sweet Jesus, man. Then when they calling on sweet Jesus, he ain't answering. These people gonna take it by force. They're gonna take you, woman, you wicked woman, by force. You wicked children by force. And your woman, she ain't right. Guess what, man? And, hey, man, when there's cannibalism on the streets of America, man, a woman's gonna be the number one delicacy, man. A woman, then the children. 'Cause, a woman naturally have a softer body, softer body that can be chewed through, man. You know. And plus, women, especially she just had a baby, she's lactating. I remember it was one movie I seen. I forget the name of it, but I remember it was like a famine, a movie about a famine, right? All hell breaking loose, shit hits the fan. I remember all they wanted was women that were still lactating, man, because that couldn't provide nourishment for a village, man. So that's how it's gonna get out here, man. Okay, people gonna have to think of new ways to get nourished, man. Out the box. They're gonna have to think out the box for nourishment's sakes, man. All right. So hey, man, we living in beautiful times, man. So I'm gonna get this piece up, Isaiah 5:9. In mine ears said the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai of hosts, of a truth, many houses shall be desolate, even great and fair without inhabitants. So it don't matter if you in a 10 bedroom. You got 10, 20 bedroom homes here in Babylon. It don't matter you in a castle or you in a little 1 bedroom shack, man. All right. It's going to be all destroyed, man. And it's going to come a time where, even before that, when all hell breaks loose, a lot of these homes are going to be left vacant, because people going to be, they find out the dollar collapse, or whatever, a new pandemic, whatever, however the Lord decides to do this thing, right? This Black Swan event, this major event that's about to take place any day now at this point. People just gonna run out of their houses. They ain't gonna lock the door. They ain't gonna do none of that shit. They just gonna run out there, you know what I mean, in the middle of the street to get and then just receive their judgment. And these houses are just gonna be left abandoned, left vacant, man. The back door is gonna be unlocked, windows unlocked. These people live comfortably here, very comfortably here in America. So they ain't gonna think, oh yeah, I need to lock the door, I need to bolt shit down, I need to board up all my windows. They ain't thinking of like that, man. They thinking, oh yeah, I need to go make master riches so I could get my breadcrumbs, my little 100,000 breadcrumbs, a little 200,000 breadcrumbs or 50,000 breadcrumbs. That's how the average American thinks, man. And they not, thinking about the Lord, man. All right. So it says, many houses shall be desolate, even great and fair without inhabitant. So it don't matter. You in a newly built 2025 home, or you in an old ass 1925 home. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter, man. Lord's gonna take both of it out.
All right, and you're gonna have Esau's gonna be fencing in cities. Certain cities are gonna get besieged. There's a series on Netflix. I forget the name of that shit, but Esau actually had martial law, and you couldn't leave the city, man. He's gonna fence in cities. I mean, he don't really have to throw you in a FEMA camp. All you gotta do is just cut off your city, fence it off, or surround it by troops. And if you try to leave, that's your ass. You know, that's what's gonna happen, man. 'Cause you can't throw everybody in a concentration camp. You know, certain neighborhoods, gated communities, they're just gonna get boxed in. The people are gonna get boxed in, and they're gonna have to eat each other, man. Cause the Lord ain't with them, man. All right, the majority of these people, the Lord ain't with. You see 10 people, 9.5 of them, the Lord ain't with, man. Especially our people, the Israelites, 2/3, 2 out of 3 ain't gonna make it, man. All right, and I'm being generous because the Lord done scattered the elect. Here, especially here in America, we scattered throughout America, man. You know, so we waiting to see what the Lord's gonna do next. He's gonna do something big, but we just don't know how it's gonna play out. That's why Trump got these military men on standby. You know, so he's saying Chicago's next. I want to see what he does with DC, because I believe he only activated the Feds 30 days in DC. I want to see if he renews it. They saying we're approaching the end of the 30 days, so we'll see, man. Okay, so let me get this last precept. Second Ezra 15 and 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. So, yeah, because you niggas are proud as hell. Y'all don't want to take heed to our apostles, elders, a great millstone on down. You don't want to take heed to one. You just living your best life, having hella fun in the sun. Which the sunny days are almost up, because we at the end of summer and entering the winter months. City shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So these houses are about to get ransacked. And that's one of the things Esau's going to hate us the most with the power. When we get that full spiritual power out of one Ratazah, Lord willing, we are part of that number. Me and, whatever brothers out there that's listening in truth and sincerity are part of that number. That's one of the things Esau's going to hate us the most when we get the power, because it's going to be a massive property damage we're going to inflict with the power, man. That's one of the things he's going to hate us the most, man. Because that's how Esau keeps the shit going, through property taxes, inspections and shit like that. Certifications, HOA fees and shit like that. That's how he steals a lot of his riches, man, his wealth, condo fees, things of that nature, man. Inspection fees. I believe I said that already, but certain cities you gotta have like a home inspection. I think they do a lot of it virtually. But that's how he keeps a lot of his money, man. This wheel, this cog turning, man. This wicked wheel, But, in that day, man, all that's going out the window. So I'm going to end it there, man. Until next time, Shalom.